saying thank you to everyone from work for coming. Can I just check, Nigel, that anything I say tonight is not going to be held against me in a HR meeting? No? Just checking. And by the way, you look very nice tonight. Very authoritative. So, I absolutely... Oh, God. So, I actually love working at Phoenix Gas, and, you know, everyone's so lovely, and I feel like I'm a bit like a boiler myself, because, like, I'm full of hot air, I can be a bit gassy, my pressure's always going up and down, I could do with a repair, I'm definitely in need of a good service, and I am hoping it will be a two-man job. So I also want to thank our amazing MC Henry Michael for having me. Yeah, this is my third time here, and I've got a little bit of a tradition. I do like to objectify and embarrass Henry. He's a doctor, and he's absolutely amazing. You know when some people go to the doctor and you get white coat syndrome, so when you're near a doctor, your blood pressure goes up. When I'm near Dr. Henry Michael, my knickers want to come down. Like, seriously, I would let him go look for my prostate. Fuck it, I would let him look for his keys and wallet up there. So, I'll tell you a bit about myself. Some of you may not know, I'm actually from Plymouth. But don't worry, I have got all 5 fingers on each hand, and my sister's not also my cousin. It's not like I'm from Leek. So, believe it or not, I'm actually 41. Okay, a bit more reaction, nice. And some people say, like, how do I look, you know, so young? And I say I've got a good diet, I drink lots of water, and I do get regular facials. I mean, some of you know what's coming. So, normally I swallow, but every so often I get into aim for my T-zone. But I'm actually, next week, I might have mentioned it a couple of times at work, it's actually my birthday next week. And is Kyle really good at buying you presents? Does he always know what to give you? Yeah. See, with Andrew, hi. I have to drop a lot of hints, and sometimes I never know what I'm going to get. Like for Christmas, I asked him to buy something that complements my outfit, is shiny, I could use a lot. He gave me an iron. So I asked for something that the two of us could do together, a bit spicy, gives us a bit of pleasure. He bought me a Nando's voucher. It's alright, last week, you know, he asked me to do something obscene with my mouth. I told him to fuck off. So I am straight, although I have thought about turning the other way, because who wouldn't want to live with someone who can not only find your clit, but also put the toilet seat down? But I do like men. I like men like my coffee and my chocolate. Rich. I like them. And inside me. Although some days I like them like a slinky, you know, easy to push down the stairs. Speaking of my ex, he would get a bit full of himself, you know, act taller than his height. He would say things like he couldn't go out with someone whose BMI was higher than their IQ, which I thought was a bit ironic, because if he spent more time in the gym and less time on his Xbox and lost some weight, he could have, you know, brought his penis size up to the UK average. I mean, I never minded the Xbox, but you think he'd be a lot better at fingering and pressing my buttons. But he's with another girl now. I mean, I'm not sad, because now she's just sucking the cock that used to fuck my ass. That's my line test, if you're laughing. So, I did enjoy being single. Trust me, I definitely had my whole face, but I didn't get all the terminology. You know, situationship, love bombing, catfishing, hatfishing, and what the fuck is cookie jarring? Like, give me a can of hooch and a sticky dance floor and just enough time to rub up against someone long enough to swap phone numbers and saliva. I mean, most nights I just spent them with my wank bank. Ladies, are we calling it a wank bank, or is it the V-Vault or the Fanny Files? You know, you've got images of Tom Hardy and Captain America or Nigel to keep you going. You know, or I'm not so lonely like when you need a bit of a kickstart. But I am with a lovely partner. Hi, Andrew. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for him, and nothing I wouldn't let him do to me. But he is a bit older than me. I like him older. And he can be a bit forgetful, like he'll say, babe, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Like, you're definitely going. If you were coming, you would look like you're having a stroke. I mean, he's so forgetful, he forgets I fucking hate football. And he'll say things like, we scored a penalty and we got to go. I think that's right. And he talks about it with such passion, which I think is strange for a Scotsman. And it's always we this and we that. And I'm like, babe, you're not part of the team. I mean, he does dribble playing with his balls. And he definitely over-eggs an injury. But the only good and about he does on a Saturday is taking me home bargains and final. So when we first got together, we not long had to rehome his dog, and I feel like I'm the puppy replacement because I get excited whenever I see him. I give him lots of sloppy kisses, and when I'm a good girl, I get a bone. The only difference is I don't have to shit outside. And I can come on demand no matter how much encouragement you give me. Come on, girl, you can do it. You can do it. I know I can do it. I want you to make me do it. So unfortunately though, he has actually just gone celibate. No. Well, he started wearing Crocs, which is basically the same thing. Right, sorry Sarah. But I've had this really good idea where I think Crocs and Superdry should have a brand deal together, and at least then Crocs come with a warning label on how they make women feel. So I have thought if the comedy career doesn't take off, I could have a lucrative one in squashing. Anybody know what squashing is? Nige? No? It's basically when a girl of a particular size sits on a bloke and he fucking loves it. And I do get plenty of practice. Well, it is just me sitting on my partner's face. But he doesn't seem to mind, but then it is hard to ask his opinion when his voice is so muffled. I have thought I could use it if I ever need to euthanize him if he ever gets too sick, too old, or, Nigel becomes single. Believe me, when you're this size, it's so easy to convince a policeman that your partner died because you couldn't hear his screams over your own. I mean, I would at least hope he had the decency to let me finish first, because I prefer he died with a smile on my face. But then the cause of death would be more drowning than suffocation. That means I swear. So I know some of you are looking at me like I look quite maternal, and to those who like to chase the chub, pretty damn fit. You don't know whether to let me babysit kids or motorboat me. Trust me, one of those things is not going to happen. I hate kids. Okay, I don't hate kids. I actually have a kid when he's 19, so technically an adult, or at least old enough to be tried as one, as I have to constantly remind him. He's great. He's, good looking and clever like his mum, but he can be a bit of a dickhead like his dad and his mum. And I actually have him in my phone as idiot child, but he has me down as mind Führer, which I think is a bit harsh, because at least Hitler got people to do as they're told. Like, I ask him to do the dishes and I get those 3 words that every parent hates in a minute. But then thinking about it, that's how long it took to conceive him, because back then I always tried to finish the job. No, he is great. And when it was just us living together after I divorced his dad, it was a no-fault divorce. It was nobody's fault he was born a twat. It was just us living together. I let my brother's mates over because I was the cool mum. I let them stay up late, eat all the snacks. But sometimes it was like they had their own language. You speak. And I try and play along, safe sound, what one. And he actually had to take me to one side and write out a list of words I'm not allowed to say. What did he think I was going to do? Walk in like a G and go, yo fam, let's link in the yard, spit some bars, bare flex our bombs and spill the tea on who's vexed because they got pied off by some painting. I think Jed and Amy can translate for everybody else. So he is actually quite pleased I do this, but one of his mates keeps trying to slide into my DMs, and I'm sorry, but I've not got the time and energy to train someone who's just going to come in his pants as soon as I flash my boots. And like I said, I have now got a lovely partner, but I'm going to leave some advice for the ladies in the room. When you're out and about, you know, getting some unwanted attention by a man who's not ticking all your boxes to get in your box, I've got 3 surefire put-downs to get rid of them. 1, I would rather staple my fanny shirt. 2, I'll bet your penis is so small, not yours, Kyle, sorry. I'll bet your penis is so small that if you ran into a wall with a boner, you would break your nose first. And 3, and my personal favourite, there is only enough room on my knickers for 1 cunt. So I do have to go now because it is time for my walk, but I think we can all agree I've definitely been a good girl.
Give everybody that.